Alright, so what's up guys? So we're out here on another run, out here doing this craziness for all you guys who simply sit back, watch, and enjoy, right, as we simply torture ourselves right out here running in the blistering hot heat because we pretty much have no choice because we got stuff to do later on in the day, and you know, essentially we still have to get this run done. All right, that's what we're gonna be saying after this, right? Very positive, very motivational statement right there. And you know, frankly, one big aspect that you want to focus on is your mental well-being, right? How well you feel mentally, right? It goes way beyond simply either being happy or being down and depressed and sad, right? It's very complex, but you know, you don't necessarily have to figure out everything about it. There are certain things you could do to improve it and improve your mental health. So these are going to be the 4 tips in order to boost it, to boost your mental health. Now without further ado, we are going to go into tip number 1 as far as boosting your mental health, and this is to eat healthy. There's so many people are eating these junk foods, these disgusting, right? They may not taste disgusting per se, but for your body's perspective, right, it may not be the best fuel for you. And in particular, you know, these decisions catch up with you, right? Especially as you navigate throughout your daily journey, right? Whatever it is that you're doing. And you know, to be honest, sometimes these things that can feel great in the short term, right? That food, that cake tastes really good, but after you eat it, the taste is gone. But you're back to where you were before, but arguably at a worse position, right? And that catches up with you mentally, right? Because short term, you get that dopamine hit, that fixture, and you feel great. But long term, you start to mess up your exercise routine, right? Your weight, right? You mess up so many other aspects, right? And you start to feel a sort of guilt about it, right? Guilty pleasures, if you've heard, right? So even in the phrase, right, when it's somebody's birthday, I always remember everybody's having fun, and then they cut the cake, and you know, I always hear someone saying, I can't have this, I shouldn't have this, but I will anyway, right? Because they know they shouldn't be having that cake. It may not be the best decision for them, but they're still doing it anyways, right? And then the party's gonna be over pretty soon, and they have to deal with the reality, right? That they put some junk food in their body that's gonna hurt them, right? Not only physically, but mentally. So in order to be, you know, to boost your mental health, you wanna eat the right things, right? Prepare your own food, right? I take pride in that. You know, it makes me so much more happier going and preparing my own food than having to go out and pick it up myself, right? Depending on other people, right? It makes me feel more independent, more strong, more capable, because essentially I, you know, I'm in charge of myself and my own well-being. Because far too often when we could slip into these mental, almost like blocks or slumps, right? Like a baseball player gets in a slump. These can happen when we feel things are out of our control, right? They could just say, oh, he's just in a slump, right? So the player may feel powerless. What if the player actively pursued going to the batting cage and working on himself, or getting a new bat, or building the skills from scratch, right, all over again, right, working on himself, right? That's what happens when you cook and prepare your own foods, right? You take pride in it because you built something. It's your baby, right? So essentially by preparing your own food, you're gonna be healthier and feel better, right? And not only that, but try to eliminate the fast food, right? The junk food that we mentioned before, right? Try to just eat simple, healthy foods. Try to avoid desserts and so forth. And tip number 2, you know, because since we went over what to eat, right? The importance of eating healthy. But what about drinking healthy, right? Putting the right things in your body, right? From a liquid perspective. And, you know, for many people, a simple way to do this is only to drink water. But you're gonna lose a ton of weight just by doing that, because you are gonna miss out on a bunch of those extra calories that were taking up space, right? For no reason, when you could have just had water, which essentially is what your body needs, what your body, you know, is built to use as fuel, right? I forget what percentage is, like 60-70% of our body is just water, right? So when you drink it, it's gonna be a part of you, right? You're giving your body what it was built to have, right? Your body wasn't built to drink alcohol, right? And sugary drinks, but your body was built to drink water, right? To go to the lake and drink water or collect the rain, whatever it is that you do. But essentially, really think about that, right? Try, you know, to eliminate those sugary drinks and alcohol, because, you know, as far as a health perspective, obviously drinking, you know, or avoiding drinking those sugary drinks are going to give you a healthier body, which of course is going to improve your mental health. But when you go into things like alcoholic substances, like we mentioned before, those short-term pleasures and long-term, you know, thinking mindset, right, comes into play. Because when you consume this alcohol, you're more than likely, you know, to want to sit around, lounge around for a few hours, and of course has a lot of calories. It's not the best for you, but you know what you're going to realize is that you're going to be less productive, less in control of your decisions. You're more than likely going to make a decision you regret, right? Not only the decision of drinking may make you regret, but the crazy stuff you do when you're drunk, right? It may feel great in the moment, you may feel the euphoria, but you know, it catches up with you later on, as we mentioned before. And tip number 3 to improve your mental health, obviously, is exercise, right? You want to do that. You want to go to the gym, go running, right? Go to a park and just walk, right? Just be, right? Get your body moving, get active, because by sitting inside all day, being cooped up, you have a lot of energy that you're not spending, that you're not using. It becomes pent up, right? And almost drives your body mad because it wants to let it out, right? It wants to release it. And if you're not going to the gym, you're not exercising, your body isn't letting that go, right? It's keeping it inside, and it's gonna burn it one way or another, right? Either by building that fat or by simply making you mad, right? You start to do unnecessary things like stay up too late and so forth, right? It's all that energy that you have that you're not using, right? How great is it to get an awesome workout and go to sleep, right? When your body's all tired, you feel accomplished, right? It's gonna boost your mental health. And you know, tip number 4, as far as boosting your mental health, is simply to be present, right? It doesn't cost any money to think that way, right? It's just a mindset, right? To forget about the past, don't worry so much about the future, and simply just be where you are right now, right? What are we doing right now? We're not in an office, we're not in a library studying, we're running. So why, you know, should my mind be anywhere else but running, right? I'm juggling, whatever. But you know that, right? Because thinking about those other circumstances when they're not in front of us are only going to hurt us. They're only going to stress us out unnecessarily, right? We don't have to deal with them. They're not in our face. And, you know, essentially too many people do that, right? They worry about the future, what could or could not be, or the past, right? The regret. They might have bombed an exam or an interview, right? And consider their life a failure, right? And that there's no other opportunity left, right? That they should just give up, right? Especially when the past haunts them, or the success even, right? They feel so great, so successful, they develop egos and not want to keep working, right? Think the world owes them something. So, you know, those are the 4 tips in order to improve your mental health. So always say thank you and goodbye.